All right, guys, we are down to the last 2 days here in our super sale, the last 7 days of the month of October, which was our half off sale all month long. We have blown through pretty much all my inventory. I actually had to add more inventory last week because we sold through so much stuff, and I realized, you know what, I could prune some more stuff, prune some more leaves off the bush, before this month was over, and I did that. This male, who should not still be available, is very important because he's the only snake like him ever available, ever for sale, and as far as I'm aware, other than the adult male that I own ever produced. So this is going to be very big for somebody. So we are on day 6. These are the last 2 special deals for the end of the month. Tomorrow is probably the biggest deal for somebody. So I'm saving it for last. He's probably the second biggest deal for somebody, so I wanted to put him on today. And he's listed for $2,000 shipped. He's an Orange Dream Blade Pied, double het, 100% MJ Axanthic clown. And with the special sale today, I have him marked down to $1,500 shipped. And for a snake that's never been produced or sold on Morph Market before, I'm not aware of any that are circulating around other than the dad that I use as my breeder. This guy is a powerhouse animal. He is eating frozen thawed already. I believe he's probably around 150 grams or so. He was born over the summer. And the fact that he is a triple recessive snake that nobody else has is something you really need to think hard about, whether or not that $1,500 is better spent here or somewhere else. Because I can guarantee you that it's better spent here. I have exhausted a lot of money and a lot of my rack space to further push this project forward, and there are not snakes like this floating around. So let's kind of focus on him a little bit instead of just me talking. Obviously, he can make you clown pieds. He can make you pieds. He can make you lightning pieds. And the most important aspect out of all of this is that he can make lightning clown pieds. And he is the only male available with these recessive traits on Morph Market. And he's been the only male ever available with these recessive traits on Morph Market. Think about this. He can make, let's just forget about the codoms. He can make you lightning pieds, which is an MJ Axanthic pied. Those snakes retail for basically twice as much as the next available form of Axanthic combined with a pied. He can make you MJ Axanthic clown snakes, which have never been sold on Morph Market before. And he can make you clown pieds, which are cool. It's a side project. You don't have to have a bunch of snakes that have MJ Axanthic to make him useful. You can just have some clown pieds and still make some really cool snakes out of them. Now, by the time he's able to breed, I'm hoping that somebody has a shed test out for MJ Axanthic, because they don't yet. I've been working really hard, sending sheds to Charlie at shedtesting.com, and RGI even has a bunch of mine as well. So I'm hoping that, by the time this male is able to breed for you and has had a few clutches and those babies have shed out, that there are shed tests available for MJ Axanthic. But the fact that this male can make you snakes that nobody has bought or sold before is huge. It is a giant way to get into the industry, or to further your projects by doing something nobody else is doing. I know a lot of the people on my Patreon have seen the value in the project, and they basically gobbled up the majority of the other snakes that I've produced this year in the project, and they are kind of heavily investing in it as well. So I'm sure as you see more of these snakes pop up over the next couple of years, there are going to be people that are in my Patreon. But this is one of those snakes that you're not going to come across again for a while. And, It's hard sometimes selling some of these snakes and appealing to people. But when I tell you this snake has not been bought or sold before, nobody else has it, you need to think to yourself of the uniqueness of the animal, the rarity of the animal, and is it worth the price tag? And I could argue that this snake, no, he's not worth the price tag of $1,500. He's probably at least worth double that. I really should probably hold on to him and try to sell him for $4,000, to be honest. But I don't want to hold on to the snake indefinitely, and I don't need him. I have the dad. I have a better snake. I have a lightning pied het clown, and I have a clown pied I just hatched out that's 50% het MJ Axanthic. So I don't need this male, and there's no point in me holding on to him forever. But for somebody who doesn't have a male like this, who's thinking about getting into this project or hasn't thought about it, but maybe should reconsider it, this is the way to do it. The price is outstanding. I don't even know if you could buy a VPI. I don't know if you could buy a pied double het clown VPI for this price. And he has a couple codoms. This is a potential of this is a triple recessive snake with a couple codoms for $1,500. So this is one of those snakes where I'm like, this better be sold by the end of this sale. It's insane if somebody doesn't buy it. I really second guess like the educational aspect of this stuff that I put out there if people don't understand the value of this snake being $1,500, because nobody else has it. There's actually nobody in my Patreon that has this snake. I'm actually surprised nobody picked him up yet. They have double visual lightning pies, which obviously are a fantastic thing to have, but nobody has a guaranteed triple recessive, because he's actually the only one that I produced. The only other snake I made that was triple recessive, that was a male, was the lightning pied het clown, which obviously I kept. But he's the only other triple recessive in the project that I was guaranteed. Everything else was pos hets. And I'm surprised nobody in my Patreon actually picked them up because of all the other stuff they bought this year. But they didn't, because they bought other things from me. So this better be sold by the end of the month. It's crazy if it wouldn't. He is one of the most powerful snakes that I have produced.